In the previous class of this chapter, we have learnt about an animal fiber, that is wool. Today, we will discuss about silk fiber, which is also an animal fiber. We already know in the previous class that we rear mainly sheep for wool. Similarly, silk fiber is obtained from silkworms, and the rearing of silkworms for obtaining silk is called as sericulture. Simply, we can say that the breeding and management of silkworm is known as sericulture. Sericulture is a very old occupation in India. India produces plenty of silk in a commercial scale. That means this business helps many people in their livelihood and for earning money. Now let us discuss about the life history of silk moth, and later we will discuss about the process of obtaining silk. The life of a silkworm starts when a female silk moth lays eggs on a mulberry leaf. It lays hundreds of eggs. Later, these eggs hatches larvae which are called caterpillar or silkworms. These caterpillars or silkworms feed on mulberry leaves and grow in size, and when it is grown large enough, it starts weaving a net around itself to hold itself. It then swings its head from side to side in the form of digit 8. The silkworm secretes a protein which becomes hard by exposure to air, and this becomes silk fiber. Then the silkworm covers itself completely and enters into the next stage of life cycle, that is pupa, and this covering is known as cocoon. The further development of this pupa into moth continues inside the cocoon. After some time, the pupa becomes adult and emerges out of the cocoon as a moth. This entire process is called as the life cycle of silkworm. We know in the life cycle of silkworm that cocoon is made up of silk fibers, so the silk yarn is obtained from the cocoon of the silk moth. There are different variety of silk moth and they yield silk yarn of different texture. For example, tussar silk, muga silk, kosa silk, etc. The most common silk moth is the mulberry silk moth, and the silk yielding from this silk moth is soft, lustrous and elastic and can be dyed in beautiful colors. Now we can say that silk moths are reared and their cocoons are collected to get silk threads. Now let us learn the rearing of silkworms. It means that the process in which farmers silkworms को पालते हैं. I have already told you that female silk moth lays hundreds of eggs at a time. These are stored carefully on strips of cloth or paper and sold to silkworm farmers. To keep the egg healthy and safe, the farmers keep eggs under hygienic conditions and under suitable conditions of temperature and humidity. The eggs then warm to a suitable temperature and hatches to larvae. These larvae are known as what? Caterpillars or silkworms. It feeds on mulberry leaves and grows in size. Then their larvae are kept in clean bamboo trays along with freshly chopped mulberry leaves so that they can feed. After 25 to 30 days, the silkworms stop eating and move to a tiny chamber of bamboo in the tray for their next stage of life, that is pupa, and spin cocoons. Later, silk moths develops inside the cocoon. Processing of silk. After rearing silkworms, farmer gets cocoon and the silk fibers has to be separated from cocoon. Now cocoon are collected by farmers and are kept under sun or boiled or exposed to steam so the silk fiber can be separated. It means that in this process heat is provided so that the silk fiber gets separated. The next process is reeling of silk. It is the process of taking out fibers from the cocoon for use as silk. It is done by special machines. At last, silk fiber is obtained, are drawn and rolled into yarn, and from this fiber very beautiful dresses and clothes are made. Let us summarize what we have learned today. Today we learned silk is an animal fiber. Silk is obtained from silkworm. The rearing of silkworm for obtaining silk is called sericulture. Processing of silk from cocoon. That's all for today. Thank you.